How will doing this help me improve my life?
Okay, well, ultimately your whole life is a creation of your mind. So if you're in your right mind, which is your true mind, your authentic self, then all of your thoughts and your emotions coming from that right mind will project out. That's the way reality works. We project or attract or align, whichever language you want to use, a certain reality, which we then think of as reality, but it's actually coming out of our minds. So we need to really identify with the right part of our minds, with the right thoughts, the right emotions, and then the circumstances in our life will tend to be right. That's kind of logical. And we will tend to experience situations and events and circumstances that reflect, because the world is just an outpicturing of what's going on inside of us. So they will naturally reflect this greater sense of peace and love and joy that we feel inside of us. So we'll tend to experience better relationships, we will experience better health. Our body is a projection of our mind, and our health is a projection of our mind. We'll tend to experience maybe more abundance in every aspect. So we're not just talking about financial abundance, although that certainly can come, because everything in the world is just symbolic of what's going on in our minds. And so from a very practical perspective, people's lives can really start to improve, and a lot of the problems which seem to be intractable and unsolvable to them, because they weren't going to the roots of the issue. They weren't really looking at what's causing it, which is their own false beliefs, in a false identity and a false purpose as a result of that. When you go to the root and you actually uproot that, you can really start to transform the physical, so-called exterior circumstances of your life, because they are a projection of the mind. So it's actually a very, very practical philosophy to subscribe to, because it's going to help you in every aspect of your life, to live a better life, to be happier in your life. That's ultimately what everyone really wants, to be happy, irrespective. So you're not attached to the outcome. So if good things show up, well, great. If other things show up, well, that's also okay, because there's no attachment to it. You know how to let it go, you know how not to allow the negative thoughts and emotions to arise. So, irrespective of the external, you experience happiness. And then paradoxically, your external circumstances start to reflect that. They start to become better, because are no longer creating the situations that seemingly upset you. There's no longer that energy in your own mind. Remember this: every upset is a set-up. So every upset is set up by this false self, this ego, to try and hook you into its thought system, its negative thoughts and emotions. You just got to really remember that. This comes back to the previous question about awareness. Remember that whenever something comes in and is apparently upsetting you, remember what it's really for. So every upset is a setup, either by the ego or by this other voice, your authentic voice, which I call your spirit, to then, using that same situation, instead of allowing yourself to go into the ego and to judge it and to get upset, you actually use it for what it's really for, which is to correct your own thinking. To look at this as the external projection of your own mind, to start to see then what your subconscious mind is really doing by seeing the outpicturing of it. And then to go within and say, well, I don't like this, so let me correct my own mind through this. So if I can forgive the person outside there and the circumstance and the whole situation by not attaching to it, by not allowing myself to be affected, then actually what I'm doing is I'm dissolving the root cause of it, which is in my mind. And when I dissolve that false identity and false beliefs, then I free myself from them. And I can now start to be authentic. And once I've learned that lesson by encountering the external projection of it and then forgiving it and dissolving the belief that created it, then I'm free of it. It never has to come back. So I never have to create that situation again in my life. I can actually let go of it, I can be free of it, and when we continuously do that, we are really cleaning our minds, cleaning out the subconscious part. false ideas, we call that enlightenment. So the light has come into every part of our minds, shone away the darkness, and